Hair and Makeup with Ellie Stallman. Here's some exercises that we want you to try. First, Ellie Stallman is a certified hair and makeup stylist. Watch her video in the next session. Second, join the Pictures Up Roundtable Facebook group and read some of the discussions. Third, add your own questions and or experiences to the discussion group. After you're finished with all of that, go to the next session.
So we're here today doing an interview. My name is Justin. I'm helping Ellie out with an interview here. Yeah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Ellie Stallman and I'm a makeup artist, certified makeup artist actually for the last 5 years now. And I met the lovely Valerie Rose, who I am giving this tape to just kind of, show the difference between talent and makeup and hair for film.
All right. And just sort of touch base a little bit on how we sort of met and have worked together. Both me and Ellie have done a lot of photo shoots. She's done a lot of makeup for those shoots, and has really made it easier for me when I do editing. A lot easier. And even down to some video work. Everything was just perfect in the end. We worked on a lot of projects together, and I know that I have something called Justin WS Productions, and I had a magazine that was last year, and I'm trying to bring that back this year, so more than likely we'll be doing a lot more projects together.
Yes.
Yeah, bring it back to you. Just a couple questions. So what's your version of talent? I guess your version of talent when it comes to being camera ready. So when they arrive on scene, what do you want this talent to be prepared for?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think a lot of times there's this sort of fine line of what a hair and makeup artist's version of camera ready is versus what an actor and actress might come on set looking like. But the best way that I can describe it is please just show up like you would come to for like a job interview. For male and female, even down to your fingernails. You don't want any crazy colors, you just want to keep it natural and clean. For men, please keep your hair groomed. This includes your nose hairs, eyebrow hair, nice freshly shaven, or unless you have a character that you're playing that's supposed to look a little rough, that could go as is for that. But we do ask that you guys just show up with just a nice moisturized face and lips and nothing else on. I know that when time is permitted and there might not be enough staffing for hair and makeup to do everybody, another best way that I could say for becoming camera ready is just simplicity is best. So again, just like you would for a job interview, you would come with your foundation, moisturized lips, some mascara on, maybe fill in your eyebrows. This actually does apply to men too, but if you don't have the products, that's why hair and makeup is there too. So just very simple. That way it's easier for the hair and makeup artist to jump in and kind of create from there, especially when it comes down to products. We don't want like products to look cakey or muddy or ashy or just kind of not look right on camera. So definitely when you come to our chair, let us know if there's any allergies or sensitivities that you may have, and let us know what you put on your face. That way we know what we can build from there.
All right, it's good to know that. And obviously if there's any men that don't want to come camera ready, well, you better be going for a role like a mountain man or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't show up in your flip-flops. It's an interview. I'm just kidding. So on to the next question. So have you ever had a situation where you've had talent, you know, didn't really take your advice on showing up to, you know, on set, almost where it could have been really disastrous, I suppose?
They do come. It's tough because we are taking direction from the director, and whatever the director's version of, we are going to try our best to make that happen. And I guess I could give a couple examples of just talent not really listening to our advice back the next day. One of them being, I had a client who was really into hair masks, which is awesome, but just like kind of going back to what you want to look before a job interview, you want to come to your job looking like you just got out of the shower. You want to make sure your hair is like dry and pulled back or whatever. We'll go from there, but this particular client, we specifically asked her, please don't put the coconut oil treatment in your hair the night before, so we could style her hair easier on set the next day. Well, she didn't listen to us, and she came doing her mask again, and it wasn't rinsed out, and we didn't have enough time to do like a whole hair wash and blow dry and make it all nice. So we had to do our best, but even then it wouldn't hold a curl. It was hard to keep up, and it translated pretty awful on high definition camera. So just be mindful for the little tips and tricks that we are saying, because we are trying to look out for you as well, and we want to make sure that talent looks awesome on camera, because I would never want my own name to go on something that didn't look good on camera. So I'm going to make sure that I do my very best. So please just, you know, help me out too, as I want to help you out. That's one example. And I guess another example where it was my first time having to actually deal with wigs for somebody. I'm predominantly makeup, but here in Minnesota there's kind of a lack of separated departments. So a lot of times makeup artists will have to do camera ready hair. And my makeup mentor was FaceTiming me, helping me like properly do a wig with like less than 45 minutes before the scene had to take place. And my last looks before I jump on and someone, you know, calls action is checking the monitors, seeing if there's any shine or flyaways or anything that's just distracting. And the first thing that I saw was an actress's wig cap, like the lace of it was just noticeable. And on that particular set, they just wanted to keep rolling, keep the time moving, but you know, I take a lot of pride and care into what I do, so I sort of had to force them to allow me like 5 extra minutes to make sure that that didn't show on camera, because you know, maybe it didn't show to their keen eye, but someone like myself, I can see that, and I would not want a viewer to be able to see that either. So I guess you could say that those are my just a couple of my stories of working on the fly and figuring it out as is, and how it's so important too for talent to also like listen to our direction as well. We are trying to work with you, not against you.
Yeah, it's very good to know the information because even down to some, you know, Hollywood movies and TV series out there, they even make mistakes sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And even when you see it, you can't unsee it.
That is
And
very
that's really the big thing.
true. Mm-hmm.
So if you can catch it while it's there, it makes worlds of differences. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
it'd be an internet meme for God knows how much longer.
Yeah.
Right?
We all know the Game of Thrones Starbucks cup, so we
Exactly.
don't want a situation with that when it comes to hair and makeup either.
All right. So what would your takeaway be from this, and you know, letting others know, you know, what they can expect out there when they're doing sets, and you know what they should prepare for.
Here is just a behind the scenes take of what it's like for a hair and makeup artist coming from a day on set We not only clean our hair and makeup brushes and our kit down, but we make sure that we disinfect as well as sanitize our products and our tools. If anybody in the state of Minnesota wanted to continue practicing their artistry, we all had to do another certification course due to COVID-19. So hopefully that brings the peace of mind to any client that sits down in our chair that we are bringing extra care and safety into your hands as well.
Yeah, so I think we basically covered the bases. I do know that what we haven't touched on is a lot of us freelancers are actually certified. So I went through a school called Faces Etc. here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where I had to hit a certain amount of hours and criteria to be able to perform multimedia makeup. And I'm still building my years of experience, and I can definitely say that I'm always learning something new on each film set, and I have an awesome mentor now who has like 20 years of experience as well, but it's a continuing learning thing, and I hope that this little snippet of a video just kind of helps talent understand what it is in our perspective. We'll do our best to make sure that you look camera ready, but again, if time permits, we do ask that just minimal as possible, because it's actually harder for us to undo stuff versus adding. And we have products in our kit that you can't get at even Sephora or Ulta's. Those have like 50 to 60% grades of pigmentation, where I can get my hands on 100% and pro artistry tools and stuff out of my kit, which translates way better when it comes to high definition cameras. So I also do want to give a little bit of advice too, just because I run into this experience a lot, and I'm not a dermatologist, but if there is a product that you are using, male or female, and it happens to burn your face, stop using it. That is not good for you, and immediately contact your dermatologist, because that is one of the first signs that your skin is actually having a reaction. So hopefully that doesn't happen in the chair. You know, sometimes it does, because we don't know what we're allergic to all the time. Again, it's a learning experience, but we just ask that you come fresh-faced and clean, dry hair, show up to the best that you can as if you would to a job interview, and you know, we'll roll from there. So hopefully that little tidbit of advice is helpful, and hopefully this video is helpful too. Thanks for watching.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
HMU, Wardrobe and Talent.